A very good morning to all of you. We'll continue the topic matter in our surroundings. And in the previous lecture, we did the effect of temperature on states of substance. Like we learnt that on heating solids, they turn into liquids, and on heating liquids, they turn into gases. Today, we'll do the opposite of it. What happens if we cool those substances? So here are few important terms that we are going to discuss. The first one is condensation. I hope you have heard of this term earlier. Now, change of vapors into liquid on cooling is called condensation. So on cooling, the gaseous form is converting into liquid. The reverse is happening here. Why does it happen? The reason is during this change, vapors release out heat energy and their kinetic energy decreases. Their attraction force between particles increases, and that's why they change into liquid. Next term we are going to discuss is freezing, converting of a liquid into solid on cooling. We all have seen that when we place ice tray filled with water in the freezer, in a few hours it turns into solid, that is ice. Now, what exactly happens during that change? During this change, liquids release out heat energy present in them, and the kinetic energy of their particle decreases because of release out of heat. And because of this decreased kinetic energy, attraction force increases and they change into solids. So, reverse occurs on cooling. Like we learned that on heating, kinetic energy increases, attraction force decreases. On the other hand, on cooling, kinetic energy decreases and attraction force increases. Now, this is one special term coming up, sublimation. It is totally different. Why? Because it is converting of a solid directly into gaseous state without changing into liquid. There are some particular solids which directly convert into gaseous state, and you must have seen in your day-to-day life also, and particularly naphthalene. इनको हिंदी में फिनाइल की गोलियां भी बोलते हैं. It comes in the form of white balls, and people usually keep them while packing quilts and woolens. And of course you must have heard of camphor also, which is used while oven. It catches fire very readily, but if you keep it in your room, it will disappear in a few days. So all these substances convert directly from a solid state to a gaseous state. So best examples are camphor, naphthalene, ammonium chloride, iodine crystals, and dry ice. Now this substance is special. Dry ice is formed from carbon dioxide, and usually what happens when gases are compressed and their temperature is reduced, they turn into liquids. But in case of carbon dioxide, it directly changes into solid. That's why it is called as dry ice. Now, conversion of solid into gas is also called sublimation, and gas into solid is also called as sublimation. This is the new topic, effect of change of pressure on states of matter. Now, what happens if pressure is applied on various states of matter? Actually, solids and liquids do not show any change, but gases do decrease in their volume. Now, what exactly happens there? Due to the increased pressure, the particles of gases come together. They come closer. And if you, by the way, provide reduced temperature also, means if you decrease the temperature, their kinetic energy will also be decreased, and they'll finally convert into liquids. So gases can be liquefied by increasing pressure and decreasing temperature. Best examples are LPG and CNG. LPG, which is usually a mixture of two gases, that is propane and butane. They are highly inflammable, means catch fire readily, and these gases are turned into liquid by applying pressure. And if you shake the cylinder which you receive at your place for as cooking gas, you'll find that you hear a liquid, but when it comes out from that cylinder, it comes out in the form of a gas. And LPG basically is a colorless and odorless gas. There's no color, there's no smell. So a substance, ethyl mercaptan, is deliberately added because it is a pungent gas, means it has a very bad smell. So it is deliberately added so that if there is any leakage in the gas or the system you're using, so it can be detected and you can save yourself from any accident. CNG, also called compressed natural gas, is used in vehicles, and it's one of the cleanest fuels. And CNG is basically methane, and it is compressed to less than 1% of its volume at standard atmospheric pressure. And this is how it is very useful to us. Thank you.